Thee zitten. Short restroom break. So, welcome back. Frank, I missed you the other hour. We're just in the. You were only in the end. You were there.
I just came back from work.
Okay, that's good. We have a recording.
Always the issue now.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. Dus I'm glad to be involved with one of the sessions, and the other one I will listen
Yeah.
after.
Yeah, the recording will be available somewhere tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
No problem.
yeah. So okay, let's start. Guys, this is the welcome to the crypto weekly crypto Q&A call of Tuesday the 25th of March. Always happy to see you all. I want to have more people here because we have much more people in the now in the community, but yeah. So come on guys, join the calls because you learn a lot of it. But anyway, let's start. Today, yeah, I think it's a nice we are somewhere on a nice turning point, more or less, with the market, with the crypto. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit on that and see if I can trigger your emotion a little bit. So let's see what happens today.
Andrew, maybe you comment on Femke, what she said this week from Amsterdam.
Femke Halsema.
Yeah.
What did she say? I didn't.
She sent a letter to the Tweede Kamer.
Yeah.
That she is worried that a lot of criminals pay with crypto and that we must forbid crypto transactions.
I think we must forbid Femke Halsema.
Yeah, that's my opinion a long time ago.
Femke Halsema is the mayor of Amsterdam, and she is from the left, super left wing of the politics. So a lot of people love her, but there are also some people that maybe not so.
They're throwing a lot
loving
of money.
cheering.
They're throwing a lot of money away with a little bit discutable things they do there in Amsterdam.
Oh yeah, a little bit. Yeah. You know,
Very good.
and I used to get upset about it. And several years ago, I said to myself, you know what? I will stop being upset what the politics are doing. I'm done with it because I cannot influence it. So, but what I can influence is this, what we're doing here. And I think, you know what? We'll teach here for everybody who wants. You can learn here. And you know, for me in life, it's all about happiness, you know? But what is happiness? Happiness is wealth, health, and love. So the money will take care here. The health, I go to the gym, I try to eat healthy. This is green tea with ginseng, you know, also good. And yeah, and then we have the love. That's my family. That's my friends, my wife, everybody, you know. And for me, that's life, and that's how I live it. And I can do what I want, not everything, but most of the things I want, I can do. I do a lot of manifestation. I do a lot of meditation. And with my meditation, I'm always able to get things done, which I want to do. I have my vision board here. You know, I think in a couple of years, I will live in, not anymore in the Netherlands. I will live somewhere abroad. And but it doesn't matter. You know, what we do here, we can do all over the world. So, okay, this is a little sidestep because of Femke Halsema.
No, I know I triggered something.
Yeah. No, yeah, you know, for me, happiness is the most important thing there is. And I hope a lot of people think about themselves. Am I really happy? Am I doing what I want to do? You know, cut the fear. If you have fear, forget about fear. It doesn't help you. It only makes you do wrong things and makes you the wrong decisions. You know, start living your life. And, you know, if you really like to do something, start doing it. And even if it's only a small part of the day, only do it maybe an hour per day, you know, and start doing that, what you like, what you love to do. Because I know, and then I stop, most people, when they are on their deathbed, they have more regret of what they didn't do than of the things they did do. So, and I know, you know, also setting up this business here, what I'm doing here, you know, it's not always easy. It's absolutely not easy. But I love it so much to help so much people that I think, you know what, I'll just do it. And I don't care. And sometimes it was only, oh, can I keep doing it? But I did it. And then I'm so happy with so many smiling faces and people showing up already. Some people already showing up for years here. Yeah, you know, this is my love to you guys. Ah, hey, let's start. Let's start. I of course I made a nice presentation for you today. I hope I didn't prepare too much, but often I do. Share screen 1. So here, I'll put you guys here because then I can see the lovely smiling faces. So, come here, up. So, now let's start. Business as usual? No. Okay, don't believe a word I say, it's all not financial advice. Do your own research. That being said, let's dive into it. Okay, what's happening on the market? I'll do the pep talk again today, the questions and the news. So let's go. First, the negative news. Last couple of weeks, we saw more and more negative news. Even Femke Halsema, the mayor of Amsterdam, is promoting negative news because they have not a clue what they are talking about. Here, this guy here, it was on the 18th of March. Bull cycle is over, expecting the 6 to 12 months of bearish or sideways price action. And then he's drawing here lines where you have to sell. I don't care. If it goes down, I'm happy. If it goes up, I'm also happy. Here, the same guy. I've been calling for a bull market over the past 2 years, even when indicators were borderline. Sorry to change my view, but now it looks pretty clear we are entering a bear market. Now, I don't believe a word what he's saying. Yeah? Realized cap-based indicators show a lack of liquidity, massive volume around all. I don't care. Here, more negative news. If you are panic selling now, yeah, then you are probably a nope. A nope is a beginner. Yeah? And was 1 month ago, and now it's over. And I will show you. And then I thought, what is LMAO? I thought, what is it? So I had to ask ChatGPT, but it is laughing my ass off. So for the beginners, we laugh at them. We know what we are doing. So let's continue. The fear and greed index. Here's where we started a month ago, the 18th of February. What is today? Maybe 5 weeks ago. It was at 47. The sun was shining. Everything was great. Everything was going up. A week later, 25 of February, it went to extreme fear. Oh my God, we go into a bear market. A week later, the 4th of March, it's even worse. The world is going to end, and crypto is going to zero, and all stocks are going to zero, and Trump is doing bad things. Everything is bad. And then 11 March, going up again, although the news is still telling us bad, fear. That's what I say. Forget about fear for yourself. Yeah. Oh, hey, the 18th of March, it's going up. And what is it today? It's back at 46 again. So what did we do? We had an excellent entry dip here. Let me show you. Kan ik dat zo laten zien? Nee. Hier. Let me see. That is probably here. Yeah, here. Here. BTC USD. We're talking crypto here. So, what did we see? Was it really a disaster? Here it was still December. Here it was January. Here it started a little bit, in February. It went down. Ooh, fear in the market. And what did it go down? At the max, it was down 30%. We see this all the time in the bear market. So let's go back. Here we see the 3-month fear and greed index. You see here, this was the 28th of February, more or less. And we'll see it going up again. If you look on a little bit longer time scale, yeah, it's getting up. And I think, Andrew also talked about, the tariffs and that kind of stuff. I think it is a big poker game by Trump. He is just placing his opening bets, and he thinks, okay, now it's your turn. let's see what you have to offer me. So it's all a big, yeah, game in his eye, because he is a deal maker. So he wants to make deals with countries all over the world. Here, this is fun. Let me see if I can show it to you.
I just bought a full Bitcoin. What's $100,000? Watch me, bro. You're a billionaire. What? Dude, it's crashing bad. I just lost $20,000. I gotta pull out. No, pull out. This one is. Oh, sweet. I already pulled out. That was close. That could have been so bad. It was bad. You lost $20,000. Never investing again. Oh my God. What? The government is buying Bitcoin. It just shot up 10 grand. I gotta get back in for the kickstart. Whoa, what was that? This is 1,500. I knew this was gonna work. You're right. Thank God. I'm buying the beer. Don't let it take your leg. I'm gonna be a millionaire, baby. So what does this mean? What do I take the 15 years to see if this thing's actually gonna be anything? I just.
Nou ja. So is this you? But actually, this is what a lot of people doing, you know? They think, oh, I put in money. And when do they put in money? They put in money after they got confirmation of confirmation of confirmation that it's going up. So what does a stock or a crypto normally do after it went up every day, day after day after day? You will see a drop. So when do the people go in? At the top, because then they have so much confirmation that it goes up, then they think, I also need to go in. Yeah, and then you are too late. And then it drops, and then they get very scary. So they sell again. And that's exactly what other investors want you to do, the beginners. Buy high and sell low. Because we sell if it goes up, and we buy if it is low. So I thought it was a little bit funny. So how to handle your emotions? Do your investment wisely. Here, if you are a no coiner, if you have no coins, then you are only waiting till it goes down. Please go down. If you are a new coiner, please go up. And if you're a Bitcoiner, please stay low until I get my next paycheck, so that I can buy more. You know, and this is so true. And we see them all everywhere. We see the people everywhere, in your family, with your friends, with your colleagues, everywhere. Either they understand it or they don't. But I think 9 out of 10 people, even if they invest in it, they have no clue what they are doing. They have no clue about the recent top. They have no clue about buying the dips. But what is buying the dip? You have no idea, because how much do you need to buy? How much money do you have to keep on the sidelines? You know, and that's why we have the calculators, and why it is so easy actually to do. What did we see here? This was the rise up in Bitcoin the last couple of weeks, or actually last couple of years here. What we see here, a dip of 21 days in 154 days, a dip of 21% here again in 56 days, 33% dip in 147 days, and a 30% dip in 84 days. Guys, what you see here, this is just business as usual. It happens all the time. So don't be worried about a dip of 30%. It's okay. Yeah. So the backdrop in macro view. Yeah. 30 pullback was predicted already back in December 24 due to deteriorating macro conditions. And the 30% pullbacks mirrors previous liquidity driven downturns. So it is business as usual. This is a little bit other representation that I found. So don't be worried. I'll give you some views about Luc Longo. I follow this guy with his Too Expensive newsletter, but I'll just share the highlights with you. He has a community, I think, of 60 or 100,000 people in the US, and so he told us in several of his newsletters, key economic factors contributing to the downturn. Global liquidity shows slowdown. What does it mean? There is less money in the market to go into to assets. The dollar, the DXY, remained too high, so the dollar was a little bit high, impacting global markets. Interest rates were still elevated, limiting economic growth. Then inflation was rising, preventing immediate Federal Reserve rate cuts, because if inflation goes up, normally the Federal Reserve increases the interest rates. Yeah, and if then they do rate cuts, and if they do rate cuts, then then money will find its way into riskier assets. Despite all these challenges, markets first went up because of Trump policy changes, but later dropped due to bigger economic problems. The ongoing US trade war is fueling uncertainty, putting pressure on global markets. Now, that's also where Andrew talked about with the tariffs. And Trump's aggressive tariff policies aim to position the US more competitively in the long run. So what is really happening? Headlines scream about the recession, but analysts dust off their bear market playbooks. But guys, something strange is happening in the markets. Stocks keep shrugging off the bad news. So do we really see an enormous impact on stocks? Weak retail sales, it's ignored. Declining home builder confidence, unnoticed. Rising geopolitical tensions couldn't stop last week's comeback, because we saw a comeback, of oil price. So what's going on? This is not the beginning of a crash, but the middle of a setup, and investors have already priced in the bad news. And I think this is so true, that investors have already priced in the bad news, because stocks, we always say, what is it? Buy the rumors, sell the news, and as soon, if you think that if it is the 2nd of April and stocks will go and crypto will go up, if it is super duper everything, it will not happen, because it is already going up now. So the stocks and the cryptos are already anticipating on what will happen on the 2nd of April. That's the same what we saw with the lawsuit of XRP. It goes up and immediately down again. So and this is why I always say, you are always too late. And that's why we now have the calculators, where I said, when I started developing them, I said, what if I'm always too late? Let's turn it around. I want always to be too early. And if you are too early, you maybe not buy the full dip, and you're not selling the full top, but at least somewhere in between, and you make a decent profit there. So this dip that we just saw was a classic correction and not a collapse. So what is really happening? If Trump's new tariffs roll out as expected in April, the market could explode, perhaps even returning to record highs by the end of the month. Not so sure if it goes that fast. Even the Fed seems to confirm this on Wednesday. That was last week Wednesday. Powell delivered a reassuring message. The central bank is ready to step up if needed. This caused the price increase. The message triggered a really sharp rally, which continued on Thursday despite weak economic data. And then the bullish signals are piling up. So do with it what you like. So what is happening with crypto? Crypto is also showing signs of recovery after a sharp sell-off. Bitcoin, and the broader altcoin market are bouncing back. Now, what does he say? He says, believes the bottom is in, which pro-crypto policies gaining traction, especially as Trump tariffs take center stage. He sees a setup for at least a powerful crypto rally. And as he puts it, Trump isn't bluffing about tariffs, but once the dust settles, crypto could emerge stronger than ever. So, and you know, we already see it here. Here with Bitcoin is already up here with today with 15%. Yeah, and we not only see this in Bitcoin, we see this in Ethereum. Let me see. Actually, Ethereum always moves a little bit more extreme, but we see here the same. Here also 70% up. Let's see at Solana, Sol USD. D doesn't matter so much. USD here, this one. Solana even goes a little bit better. 29% up already. So what a dip did we saw here? We saw a dip of 61%. So go in at -20, -30, -40, -50, -60, 5 times. Yeah. So if you did that, your average price is probably somewhere. Now I think somewhere here. That will be your average price. So it's very easy that you will hit it. So is it really a disaster? Look at this. Is this really a disaster? No. It just stopped here. Here. This is a sort of bottom line here for and if you talk, Andrew talked in the other hour about three tops. We see here 1, 2, 3 bottoms. So that's also pattern reversal. So let's see how it plays out. But I would not worry too much. Actually, I'm not worried at all. Okay. I tried to find for you some macroeconomic conditions. So what you see here is the M2 money supply. M2 money supply is, so let me first explain you. The M1, M2 money supply is the immediate money. That is the cash, the coins, the checking accounts, the money you can spend immediately and instantly. Then you have M2, that is savings and short-term money. That is what is in your bank account or money from companies or whatever. Includes the M1 savings account and money market funds, and it can grow quickly. This is important. It can grow quickly if central banks print more money, and that is called quantitative easing. Yeah, what do governments? Governments inject stimulus, or investors move funds from long-term assets to liquid accounts. So what do governments do? They write bonds. Yeah, and bonds, they are sold to the Federal Reserve, who's buying them with fake money, with money created from thin air. That means that the M2 money supply, that will increase. And that means there is more money available to buy assets. Even kijken hoor, waar waren we? Hier, even terug. So they tried to plot the price graph of Bitcoin, here the blue line, in combination with the global M2 liquidity. So they made it a little bit a 3-month delay here. And what you see is that money supply, yeah, that more or less follows, or the Bitcoin follows the money supply. So what can we expect? That Bitcoin will go up again if you believe in the M2 liquidity cycles that we see. Is that a little bit clear? How government is doing this? I mean, also in the European Union, they are doing exactly the same. And this is also why inflation is rising. More money is chasing limited goods. And that means prices go up. Okay, how macro conditions are changing, you know? This is the US dollar. yeah, compared to the euro. That is the DXY, is dropping and easing pressure on global economics. So what you see is the dollar is going down, and that is also a sign of weakening of the dollar, which is then also a sign that the crypto market and the stock markets can go up. Yeah, macro conditions are changing here. These are fluctuations through inflation. That is a word of inflation. And we see here that inflation was high still in May last year here, but now we see a very big drop in the inflation. So that is very good, so that the Federal Reserve can also lower the interest rates. So, and that means that money will find its way in riskier assets. Then the 10-year treasury yield, that is the interest you need to pay if you borrow money. Let's say globally seen. It's also declining. Here it's going lower. It was very low in 22. Here it was only 2%. And I think this is the whole game that Trump is playing. Trump wants to put pressure on the Fed to get the interest rate down, because he has to refinance $10 trillion in the next coming couple of months. So, and it really makes a difference if you have to refinance it for 4% or for 2%. So then you only pay half per month. Okay, the road ahead for us as crypto investors. Regular clarity is improving, with the SEC pulling back from aggressive enforcements and is reportedly shifting away from requiring crypto firms to register as trading systems. Institutional interest remains strong, with discussions around stablecoins adoption by major banks. We talked about it the other week. The Bank of America, PayPal, and Stripe, despite price weakness, crypto adoption and structural improvements continue. Market outlook, analysts predict. I always think about analysts. Who the F is an analyst? We are also analysts, But then they say, analysts predict a shift in the US policy focus from tariffs to tax cuts and deregulation in Q2 2025, which could be bullish for crypto. That means tax cuts means more money available for people to spend. So I think it's good. If you see here, the market capitalization of crypto, this was in 2020. And the diagram I want to show you here is that we see more or less here a similar setup here. This was in 2020, when it had a little bit this figure, and we see more or less the same setup. Control laser here, more or less the same setup here in 2025. So I think we are heading up to because we need more money in the crypto market to get the crypto up. Because if nobody is buying, no new money is flowing in. So let's see what happens. So there is just too much good fundamental news out there right now for cryptos to sink into a long winter. So it's not impossible, but and we see here again the same setup. That is for Bitcoin CME futures. We saw here a sort of diagram, and we see the same pattern more or less here. This was that dip of 30%, more or less. So what is expected? Expect something like this. Is this really going to $320,000? Not so sure. But do we go to 200,000, maybe 250? It could be reasonably. It could be yes. But don't believe a word I say. But at least I'm, And if we do not fall in the trap, you could say now let's do what? I will put a limit sell order at 300,000, for my Bitcoin. You could do that. And then it only gets to 260. yeah, then you lock up your crypto for another 4 years. So I would say stick to the strategy, make your exit plan, and on the way up, every time sell a little bit just with a limit order. Yeah. So if it hits, if you want to go out at the 300,000 or 320 and it only hits a spike during the night, go up and down, you got it. Or else you wake up the next morning and think, oh, I'm too late. So that's why, especially in such a banana zone, I like to work no longer with stop loss orders, but with limit orders, just to make sure I'm in and my order is there. And if it hits my price target, I'm out with 10% of my remaining holding. Does that make sense for everybody? Okay. So there's another picture I found, and I still believe in this picture. You know, do we go up here? So this was the Bitcoin price here, and we go maybe in 2000. I think it's a little bit earlier than here, 2026. I think this will be already, the peak will already be in by the end of this year. That's what I expect. And then we'll see 4 years later, we will see a top. And another 4 years later, we will see a top. But also remember, if this goes to 280, then it will drop to, now what is it? Around 120. Are you unhappy? If I ask you now, Bitcoin is at around $80,000 or $85,000. Would you be unhappy that in 3 years your Bitcoin would be $120,000? No, you won't be unhappy. Would you be unhappy if you would know that crypto was 280? Yeah, then you should have sold. But on the other hand, if you say, I have a portion of my Bitcoin, I have a portion of my crypto, I hold forever, it does not matter, you know, because here it will dip to 120 maybe, and here it will dip to, now what is it here? Maybe 280. And I know this was 7 or almost 800K, and I know this is 2 million, but you know, still we are not able to sell the top and to plan the bottom. And so just be patient and understand the price action of crypto and Bitcoin, and be happy. And maybe it's better for your emotions just to focus on the bottoms and not to focus on the tops. And if you focus on the bottoms, you're all the way here. If my assets would do this here, the lower line, it would be fantastic. There is not a single stock that does this. Yeah, maybe Nvidia and maybe some other major companies that did this a little bit, but you know, this is once in a lifetime. And if you can reap some rewards here on the way up, here we are now here at the dotted line, reap some rewards, keep it in your pocket and wait till maybe summer 2027 till you reinvest. And I know emotions will kick in, but as soon as you make a lot of profit here, you feel the need and you think, oh, I need to invest this money, need to work for me. And that's your mistake. That is your biggest mistake. Keep your money on the sidelines. Put it in your back in your bank account, not in your, not at your broker, not at your crypto exchange. Put it somewhere a little bit away that you have some work to do before you move it again to your crypto exchange to buy more. But if we are in this bull market here, just sell. And everybody will tell you that they say, yeah, you need to buy. Yeah, no, they need to buy so that you can sell. That's the idea. Okay, now here we have the better picture. Now, anyway, we have discussed the picture. Okay, a reminder: Bitcoin has no top. But what is the most important reason that Bitcoin has no top? Who knows? Who knows the answer?
The dollar has no bottom.
The dollar has no bottom. Exactly. Because the fiat has no bottom. It can go more down and down and down. I sometimes I saw a picture with, for example, if you want to buy a house 10 years ago, you maybe needed 50 or 100 bitcoins. And nowadays, if you want to buy a house, you only need 6 or 7 bitcoins, you know, to buy a nice house. Yeah. So keep this in mind. And that also means if you have a bank account with a lot of cash money, of course, keep some cash in your pocket, but also investigate and think about, can I invest in stuff that the government or the banks cannot print? And Bitcoin is one of those assets that they cannot print. Real estate, maybe if you own your own company, invest it in your company, because your company increases in value. I also hear people about, you have to buy expensive watches and paintings, and I have a nice watch, and for me that's enough. You know, if I see that this guy Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, he has on 2 watches, on 2 wrists, he has a watch of. He's a crazy guy. However, I like what he is. I sometimes like what he's telling. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. Finally, Saylor bought the dip. You know, also Michael Saylor was waiting for the dip. You know, now, believe it or not, MicroStrategy added another almost 7,000 Bitcoin to its stash, bringing their total to over 500,000 Bitcoin. Can you imagine 500,000 Bitcoin? That is 2% or something like that. Is that true? More or less. Yeah, more or less 2%.
I have a question about this.
Yeah.
When he's buying and buying with people who give him money, and what happens when there is a big sell-off and Bitcoin goes to lower than the half of the price? Is it not triggering something that he must sell?
No, because what he's doing, he is here. That's exactly the next slide. MicroStrategy plans to raise the 21 billion via a at the market ATM offering, and so he is selling stocks. He is selling stocks in his own company to buy more Bitcoin. So it's not done with leverage or whatever. They have already 500,000 Bitcoin, selling preferred stock gradually to avoid market impact and Saylor's vision. Bitcoin is a digital gold doubling down. So this guy is figuring out instruments so that people can buy bonds in his company, can buy stocks in his company, and all that money is used to invest in Bitcoin. So an idea is the following. If you say, I want to be an investor, but you know, I do not want to invest in crypto itself, but I like to invest in Bitcoin, I would say buy MicroStrategy. Buy the stock MicroStrategy. You are buying almost pure Bitcoins. Yeah, another good company is Coinbase. You know, they also are very, very much thriving in this market. So I would, if you know how to do it, I would say buy Bitcoin yourself. But if you say I only have a stocks account, buy MicroStrategy, MSTR, and you can invest there, because also the stock price of MicroStrategy is currently has the same shape as what Bitcoin is doing. So interesting guy. He's doing this already, I think now for 6 or 7 years. He was buying already Bitcoin at 3,000 or 4,000. So that's yeah. And he is also a very good advocate and an evangelist for Bitcoin in the whole market. You see this guy everywhere. Does it answer a little bit your question, Eric?
A little.
Little. Yeah, okay. Michael Saylor says this is a historic entry point to buy Bitcoin at 80,000. You know, when I was buying Bitcoin in 2019, for me, that was also the historic entry point. And I can tell you, for me, it was a lot of money. It was actually too much. You know, I'm investing in storage boxes, and because that's my income, my real estate income. I could choose buy a Bitcoin or buy a storage box and rent it out. And I know for sure that. So what I did, I said, you know what? I will buy Bitcoin with the value of a storage box. And actually, my storage boxes now, since 10, 12 years, are doubled in value. While my Bitcoin is multiplied by 10. So I know it is a risk and it is scary to do, but let's see what he has to tell. Waarom werkt dit nou niet, dat ik daarop kan klikken? Oh, zo werkt het. Just to keep the motivation high, guys.
Entry point, because all of the risk is this is kind of historic entry point, because all of the risk has been stripped off the asset. Like, you pretty much know Wall Street's going to embrace it, the U.S. government's going to embrace it, and banks in the U.S. going to embrace it, which means that all the other banks will embrace it. You already know all those things, and yet the market is really skittish based upon concerns about tariffs, you know, the disposition of the U.S. economy, the interest rate forward graph. And so you see the interest rates have pulled in 30, 40, 50 basis points. And we're in this macro risk off zone. When that flips, I think Bitcoin will rip forward with a vengeance.
Now, you said Wall Street's going to embrace it, and that is true, but still, it's limited. I've been talking to these RIAs here. Many of them are very interested in Bitcoin, but a lot of them have questions when I walked around and said, what do you want to hear from Michael Saylor? They said, well, we're still concerned about suitability issues. We still have issues about recommending them to our clients. This is still a real concern. What do you say to those who are still concerned about suitability?
The only asset endorsed by a president of the United States in 50 years is Bitcoin. I mean, go back in the last 200 years in the history of the country, and I think if you go to the founding fathers, they wrote in the Constitution that money is silver and gold coin. And then at some point there was a chicken in every pot, and maybe with the founding of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, we endorsed everybody to single family home ownership. But in the 21st century, you have just one asset, Bitcoin. The president saying, don't sell your Bitcoin, saying more than that, saying the United States won't sell its Bitcoin. And so everything else you put your client into, if the U.S. government seized any other security that you sold to a client, if they seized any collectible, any art, any real estate, they would sell it. The only thing that the U.S. government won't sell if they are to seize it is Bitcoin. This is.
You know, this is actually funny that he tells that even the president of the United States says, do not sell your Bitcoin. So it goes, you know, I'm cheering you a little bit up after this emotional markets of the last month. Here, and the rest are certainly not showing down. Fidelity bought 127 million worth of Bitcoin. Here, Metaplanet, that's a Japanese company, bought 2 billion yen more in Bitcoin. You know, the end isn't the reward, the journey is the reward, and we know it goes up and up, up and down, so don't worry. So, please do your own research. This is what I just picked from the internet, you know. Bull market back on. Prepare for a historic pump. Stick to your plan. Hey, stick to your plan. That's my quote. Stick to your plan. But the other ones are from crypto Yeah, Crypto Daily. So do your own research, but watch my words. Before the end of the summer, we will see the pump coming. What do we see here? We're almost there. We see here the in and outflows into ETFs, because ETFs also play an important role. The last couple of weeks, yeah, that we saw an outflow in Bitcoin. We saw an outflow in Ethereum. That's why it went down. We saw an outflow in Solana, in Sui, in Litecoin, in short Bitcoin. But what do we also see here? An increase in XRP and an increase in Cardano. So let's show a little bit. I will come to XRP in a second here. But other news I just found today is Trump Media is teaming up with Crypto.com, launching backed ETPs and ETFs in 2025. So even what you see is that this Trump Media company is also teaming with Crypto.com. You know, I'm not sure who is invested in Crypto.com, but that is CRO USD here. But you see the market immediately moving here. Also a very volatile asset. That is the native crypto from the crypto exchange Crypto.com. And here you see maybe a small spike, but this small spike is already here. And let's see from here to here, it's already 50%. Just because we see some news. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's look at some XRP news. XRP addresses reach new record, 6.8 million active users. That's also my address in my Exodus wallet. That's also your address, maybe in your in whatever wallet that you have. Here, Ripple also filed a trademark for downloadable software for custody of cryptocurrency. What is that? What is it? What did they do? Ripple has recently filed a trademark application for the name Ripple Custody. What does it mean? The application was submitted on the 25th of February to the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Ripple's plan, it indicates Ripple's plan to expand into digital asset custody. Dat is voor de Dutch guys under us. It's opslag van crypto. Ja, dat ze dus dat mogen bewaren. The trademark covers both downloadable and cloud-based software for security storing cryptocurrencies and fiat money, even fiat money. Yeah, this moves follows Ripple 250 million acquisition of Swiss custody firm Metaco in 2023. So you see, they are now partnering with a custody firm, and guess what they are using? Which crypto are they using? XRP. Absolutely. Here, then XRP jumps 8% after Ripple CEO says SEC had dropped its case against the cryptocurrency. So, and we've seen it here, XRP USD. XRP USD, where are you? Here. So, actually, that was this jump here, more or less from here to here. Yeah, 13-14%. So also, what you see here is the fun that also Andrew just told in the other hour. Here you see also a lot of volatility. This volatility is fun. Play with small money and keep your long-term hold also available and sell at your predefined exit targets. Okay, so what was the outcome? Ripple still faces a 125 million fine. I'm not reading it all. There are discussions. Ripple XRP could be declassified as a commodity, which may impact future regulations. In summary, the lawsuit is largely settled, but the final financial resolution is still pending. It's okay, you know, it's over. The lawsuit is over, which started in 2022, 3 years, spending a lot of money, a lot of lawyers, cost millions, and now you see There is no problem. This is so weird. So let's look at some interesting cryptos. If I was new here in the community and I would build up a new crypto portfolio, I will do my asset allocation. So the big holdings is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP. And then the smaller ones are the Sui, AVAX, Ondo, Aave, Near, Tau, and Fetch. If you have that, you have a pretty nice diversified portfolio, and just follow the strategy. Especially the smaller cryptos have very good entry prices. Maybe next week, maybe this is nice for next week. I will go next week. I will go more into the calculators and the buying of crypto and where you can buy it and how to do that. Yeah. Then I'll do a little bit less news because I have to do 2 hours next week. But then we go from there. I think it could be helpful. What you also see here, and then we're almost there, that the daily active users, and this is interesting, daily active users and daily active transactions, Solana is really the winner here in the game. It is really the top crypto blockchain. And if you see Ethereum is way more down here. And Near and Tron are big ones. Sui is a upcoming. Sui is the competitor of Solana. However, Solana is the competitor of Ethereum. Yeah, I have them all in my portfolio. Ethereum news, some new stuff. They do some new testnet. What you also see, and this is again fear making. Yeah, breaking. Yeah, this was yesterday. Breaking the quarterly transaction fee revenue in Ethereum is down 59% from the all-time high, guys, 4 years ago. 4 years ago. And you know, this was the ETF boom. Yeah. And everything was expensive. But what do? Ethereum just want to make the fees low because else nobody is using it. And especially also with the level 2. With the level 2 cryptos, that is on top of the Ethereum, it gets cheaper and cheaper. And you know, that is the meaning to do it. And then here another guy says, manipulation phase almost over, Ethereum accumulation time, breakout above 2000. You know, that is 1 day later. And then they say, Ethereum is fantastic. So don't worry, do your own research and let's do it this way. Guys, I hope this was helpful for you to get the motivation high and to understand again what you're doing and how you're doing it. I would say just stick to your strategy. If you want to buy more, do a dollar cost average strategy. If you already invested from the top down, and so if you say I want to buy a little bit more, you can also add a dollar cost average strategy with your holdings. So go from there. Invest the most money in the biggest cryptos: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and maybe a couple of others in the top 10. And you're good for the next. You're good for the next bull run. Any questions so far? No? Do you have enough energy again to say I can live on it for 1 more week, and then I come back? Oh, Andrew, it's going down again. What do I need to do? Oh! And then I said, yeah, just keep on going, keep buying on the way down.
Buy, baby, buy.
Buy, baby, buy. Exactly. That's what we need to do, you know? And, you know, do not invest with money that you are not willing to lose, or at least that you can keep in your investment for 2 to 4 years, you know? Because at the end of the year, we will come to a point that we say, oh, we are up, we will take profits and we'll invest again. And then you will see the drop. It will go down, and we will go down 60, 70% maybe. and then you have to additionally invest. So I would say, for now we are good. We are still in the spring of 2025, but the more we approach the end of 2025, be more careful and go into the more decent stocks and the more decent cryptos. However, also your Bitcoin can fall 60% in the next crypto winter. So, and then be prepared to hold it for another 2 or 3 years before you come into your average price again. And that's why we have these small drawings in TradingView, because the drawings are always there. Maybe you have your calculator somewhere on your laptop, and you say, oh, where do I have it? And I have a new laptop, and it was on my old laptop. You still have your drawing in TradingView. So you know, if you are a little bit disciplined with your drawings in TradingView, you know where you are, and you know what to do, and you can look at it so now and then, and be happy or be sad. It doesn't matter. But I think we have beautiful times in front of us to make a lot of money. And guys, do not forget to take your profits. That's the mistake I made in the past. Take your profits. Not too much, not too less, but think about it in advance. How much profit do I want to take? How much do I want to carry over to the next cycle? And go from there. Okay. Guys, ladies, that's it for today.
Thank you.
I would say thank you for your attention. And looking forward to see you again. Any questions? Put them in the question like, I think it was Jens, or was it somebody else that Andrew answered. Fantastic questions. Or Paul. I think it was Paul who asked the questions. It's really to go one step deeper and to analyze. And then with those questions, you also trigger us to tell more about our own thinking process.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think that is the thing you need to know. I've done a lot of, I've taught it before, but I've done a lot of trainings and courses, but stuff that we show here, nobody shows you. They all show you the results in a sort of high level view, or they say, okay, this might go up or might go down. And you still think, okay, and we show here our wins, but we also show here our errors we make. Yeah, and I also make my mistakes. It is what it is.
Part of life.
Yeah, part of life, part of being human being, and
a mistake while still taking profit is not really a mistake.
it is not nice.
It can get worse.
Yeah, but still you think, that is exactly the emotion you need to be more alert the next time and to do it better. Because that is the moment that you learn. So guys, do your own stuff. Start buying, start using the strategies. Start small if you're insecure. Start with small amounts and go from there. And really, it will pay off. Okay, that's it.
Good night.
I see you next week.
Yep. Great.
Bye. Good night,
Bye-bye.
everybody. Cheers.
The time next week.
Oh yeah, next week we have I will post it in the VIP lounge. But we have a change in summer winter time. Next week something. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Cheers.
Bye bye. Cheers.